Welcome you all to the course Signals in System. And today lecture we are going to discuss about basic continuous time signals. In the previous lectures we explained what is continuous time and what is discrete time signals. Now we are going to elaborate the basic alphabets of an signal for both continuous time and discrete time. This lecture is about only continuous time signals. What are the basic elementary continuous time signals? Okay. So the basic elementary signals are unit step signal, unit ramp signal, unit parabolic signal, unit pulse signal, unit impulse signal, sinusoidal signal, real exponential signal, complex exponential signal. The basic signal is nothing but, for example, if you take a language English where A, B, C are called as alphabets. Similarly, to study about signals and system, we should know the basic signals. That basic signals are listed out here. They are nothing but here I listed out nearly 8 signals. Now we are going to see what is unit step, what is the mathematical expression of a unit step, and how the graphical representation of a unit step signal. Okay, so the first signal is unit step signal. So step signal is expressed as u of t. Since it is continuous time, I am using the variable t. So u of t is equal to 1 for t greater than or is equal to 0 for the entire right sided signal. Okay, for entire right sided quadrant, first quadrant. So for example, from 0 to infinity, the value is 1. Such type of signals are called as unit step signal. Elsewhere the value is 0. It means that for left sides the value is 0, for right side the value is 1. If I say unit step signal, the amplitude is 1. If I say step signal, the amplitude is A. The amplitude may 1 or it may be 2 or it may be 3, depends. If I say unit represents the magnitude is unit t, that is 1. Okay, the notation is u of t, and this is a graphical representation of unit step signal. It's a standard signal. It exists from 0 to infinity with the amplitude of 1. From minus infinity to 0, the amplitude is 0. Next elementary signal is ramp signal. So the denotation is r of t, and r of t is equal to t for t greater than or is equal to 0. At time t is equal to 0, the amplitude is 0. At time t is equal to 1, the amplitude is 1. At time t is equal to 2, the amplitude is 2. It's a linear scale or linear curve. Okay. So r of t is equal to t for t greater than or is equal to 0. So for rest of the values, the amplitude is 0. It means that this signal also will not exist at the left side of your y-axis. It will exist only for the right side from 0 to infinity. And third elementary signal is parabolic signal. We all know the function of parabola. It's nothing but x square or y square, depends on your axis. Here I have considered your x of t is equal to t square by 2. So t square represents a parabola curve. So by 2, once again for t greater than or is equal to 0, 0 for t lesser than 0. This is a graphical representation of your parabolic signal. Now first we will describe what are the relationship between unit step, unit ramp and unit parabolic signal in the mathematically. So we know that u of t is nothing but 1 for t greater than or equal to 0. If I do the integral of u of t, if I do the integrate of 1, then I will get t. So the t is nothing but your ramp signal. It means that I can conclude if I do the integration of unit step signal, I may get the ramp signal. And reverse is also possible. If I do the differentiation of ramp signal, I will get the unit step signal. So the relationship between unit step and unit ramp is integral of unit step is equal to unit ramp. And similarly, if I do the integral of unit ramp signal, I may get parabolic signal. So integral of t into d of t is nothing but t square by 2, which is nothing but a parabolic signal. So the relationship gives integral of unit step is equal to unit ramp. Integral of unit ramp is equal to parabolic. Now this is vice versa. So in the previous slide we discussed about the step to ramp and ramp to parabola. Now it is parabola to ramp and ramp to unit step. If I do the reverse operation, that is if I do the differentiation of a ramp signal, I may get unit step signal. If I do the differentiation of parabolic, I may get the unit ramp signal. This is the main relationship between step, ramp and parabolic. And fourth important signal is unit pulse signal. So it is denoted as pi of t. Since once again it's a continuous time, so I am using t as a variable. That is equal to 1. It means that the amplitude is 1. So the amplitude is 1. It exists only from minus 1 by 2 to plus 1 by 2. It's like a pulse signal. The pulses exist between only minus 1 by 2 to plus 1 by 2. The values which is greater than 1 by 2, the amplitude is 0. The value which is lesser than minus 1 by 2, the amplitude is 0. So from 1 by 2 to infinity is 0. From minus infinity to minus 1 by 2, the amplitude is 0. Signals are exist between only minus 1 by 2 to plus 1 by 2. And the most important signal for our subject is impulse signal. Impulse signal is denoted as del of t, and this notation is nothing but del. Del of t is equal to 0 for t naught is equal to 0. So only the signal exists at t is equal to 0. For rest of the values, for rest of the time instant, the amplitude is 0. This is nothing but unit impulse. I am insisting once again. So delta function is nothing but it exists only at t is equal to 0. For all other samples, the amplitude is 0. And next, sinusoidal signal. So there are two differences of sinusoidal. One is cosinusoidal and another one is sinusoidal. That is nothing but sine and cos functions. So any sinusoidal function can be expressed as x of t is equal to a sin omega t plus phi. And cos function can be expressed as a cos omega t plus phi, where omega is equal to 2 pi f, where omega is nothing but angular frequency in terms of radians per second, and omega can be written as 2 pi f, f is equal to 1 by t, where t is equal to time period, and phi is nothing but phase difference. And this is a graphical representation of sine, and this is nothing but graphical representation of sine curve, and this is nothing but cos curve. We all know that sine 0 is 0, cos 0 is equal to 1. So we can able to understand. So the signal start at 0, the magnitude is 0, so this is nothing but sine curve. For cos, at time t is equal to 0, the cos function is 1, so the signal starts from maximum and towards the minimum. So this is a graphical representation. And next signal is real exponential signal. That another very important signal for our subject, exponential signal. Any signal x of t can be expressed as a into e power at, that is capital A into e power at, where capital A represents amplitude and small a represents based on a the function may grow or function may decrease or function may become constant. We will see three different cases. So let us consider the small a is equal to 0. If small a is equal to 0, then your x of t may become capital A into e power 0. E power 0 is nothing but 1. So x of t is equal to a, which is nothing but DC signal. It is constant for the entire time. Irrespective of time, your function is constant. So that is your first one. Second one, if a is greater than 0, that is positive value, then e power, for example, let us consider a is equal to 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, 1, 2, 3. If I keep on increasing, the function amplitude also getting increasing. So when a is greater than 0 or it is positive, the function will start to grow. So such type of signals are called as exponentially growing signal. And coming to the third one, when a is negative, that is lesser than 0, then I may express it as x of t is equal to a into e power minus at. So a e power minus at, so at time t is equal to infinity, it becomes 0. At time t is equal to minus infinity, it becomes maximum. So the function will start from maximum, ends with 0. So it is called as decaying function. So it is exponentially decaying. So there are three different categories based on the value of a. And the last basic elementary signal is complex exponential signal. So similar like previous one. So if here we can write x of t is equal to e power st, whereas it's nothing but Laplace notation. So I can express sigma plus j omega. Now substitute s is equal to sigma plus j omega instead of s and expand that exponential. So now your x of t may become capital A into e power sigma t into e power j omega t. As per Euler's theorem, we know that e power j theta is nothing but cos theta plus j sin theta. So e power j omega t can be expressed as cos omega t plus j sin omega t. Now when sigma is positive, your x of t may become a into e power sigma t cos omega t plus j sin omega t. Now separate real part and imaginary part. Okay, the first real part is nothing but cos function and imaginary part is sin function. You can able to see there will be oscillations in your signals based on your sigma, and since it is cos at origin, this gives the maximum. In the case of imaginary term, it is a sinusoidal signal. So at time t is equal to 0, it gives 0. It is also oscillation that is based on the value of sigma. This is when sigma is positive. Okay, when sigma is negative, and these figures will be reversed, that gives a maximum value to minimum value. So this is decaying and the previous one is growing. So this is exponentially decaying cos signal and this exponential decaying sine signal. Thank you.